Yeah, so good nighty nighty, and let me just check my microphone a little bit and see what's going on here. I should have done that like before. Yeah. Anyway, it seems to be okay. Yeah. So today I'm gonna talk about, as usual, my Android phone and how I take care of my Android. Actually, but what I'll be doing, I'll be in that regard, I'll be thinking about like antivirus and stuff like that. But what happened is I get this web page which I think it is really really good. That is the most comprehensive thing I see so far in relation to our Android phone. Like when you have Android phone, because you know definitely that you usually have a lot of stuff on your phone and thing, and you have to find some way to understand what is happening on your phone and what could happen. Now, most of us don't. Most of us take it for granted, right? But then it's not something you should take for granted because you use your phone to do a lot of stuff, including your business. So you have to have some form of knowledge about how to take care of your phone. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you this idea here as to what we'll just go through it briefly, so you will know exactly what you could look at the page, you know, look at it here, and you could go visit it and stuff like that, and you get better a better knowledge of your phone and stuff like that, right? So what we have here is Android virus, how to remove uninstall guide and stuff like that. But I would always say straight up front, best way to get rid of some of this virus and them to just reset your phone, like do that clean reset, clean out, But then you might be in a position whereby you want to do that because sometimes if you don't have the knowledge how to back up your phone and stuff like that, that could be difficult. And sometimes depends on what you have. You back it up is waste of time because virus or whatever it is will go with your backup. So you have to really know what you're doing. But there's ways to deal with it anyway. But that is not an issue right now. So, well, let us deal with what we're dealing with here now. So you see, Android virus is a group of malicious applications. So you're getting an idea as to what what is virus then basically, and encrypted file locks can do things like that. It goes along just like if it is a PC also. So it reads, Android virus is a group of malicious applications that encrypt files, lock the screen, steal personal data, deliver aggressive or infected ads, and cause other problems on the affected Android smartphone or tablet. These tablet cyber threats have been spreading around for several years, and it seems that they won't stop doing that in 2018. Well, they wouldn't stop because you see, it's more Android phones it have outside here, a lot of cell phones, you know, and then what people realize is that those phones becoming like a priority in somebody's everyday life. So they depend. They put a bit up business cards and stuff on it. They put bank cards and everything. So people will be hacking this thing constantly. I mean, they will hacking and sending malicious software and stuff like that. That would happen. So you have to learn to protect your phone. At least it's your personal phone. So you have to learn to at least have a knowledge about your personal phone. It's just like you have a personal knowledge how to bathe. You're supposed to have a personal knowledge about your phone too, right? So you know how to protect it and stuff. So don't be lucky and coward. Reach out and try to learn something, and solve your phone problem. Two of the recent numbers of Android virus group showed up in November 2017. They are known as the Matcha Trojan and TZ spyware or Tiki or whatever, which has been around since 2015 and has been used to steal personal information from social media apps. So those kind of things will get personal information from WhatsApp and Facebook and stuff like that. But then if you have your phone properly protected, you'll have a problem. So you could read this because it's a whole lot of reading taking place here, right? So you have to pay attention to this security advice. On July 27th, researchers discovered a new version of Android malware known as Invisible Man, which steals banking data, banking app data, and other sensitive data. You see, those things are very, very dangerous. You have to know that, you know. Thus, it only proves that Android users should pay attention to their device's security. You should do that. That is a priority, you know, because if you slack up on it, one day you'll just get to realize your credit card pay for a car somewhere in China. In fact, almost all Android viruses are interested in getting personal identifiable information about the victim. Most often, this information includes credit cards, details, login, and password. So you're here for yourself, you know. If you notice that your tablet, I read in here now. Okay, let me go back up here. Other variants cause less damage, such as sharing victims' contact lists, recording conversation, delivering unwanted pop-up ads, initiating redirects to various websites, or infecting the device with other malware. If you notice that your tablet or phone is behaving oddly, you should not ignore the symptoms of the possible infection. If you have been dealing with slowdowns, suspicious alerts, redirects, and surprisingly increased telephone bill, you should check your device for malware because they are the main signs showing that you are infected. To remove Android virus, you can do the mobile version of reimage. Reimage means you could reset the thing, right? No, to remove you can use the mobile version of reimage. Reimage seems as though it is an antivirus. Let me have a look. Let me just click the link and see what they're taking us to. Busy. I didn't research the whole thing first, so. Oh, reimage, repair, XC. Okay, I don't need that anyway. Android virus comes back in November. Matcha Android Trojan, also known as Exobot, is a banking malware that is known at least since 2013. So, if you read through this thing, right, you will get a fair knowledge. You see, you could do it for yourself. That is not an issue. It's not a problem that I don't must read it for you. You could read it for you because I just bring you here so at least you will know that you can come here and you can read this thing for yourself. Right? The malicious apps can easily bypass Google security. Right. Read it and you will know. Signs that your smartphone has an Android virus. Then getting infected with Android virus is surely a frustrating experience. Pushy ads signal that there is something wrong with your Android device. Security researchers highly recommended avoiding lottery themed and similar ads that can start interrupting you once you start using the device. Now, that has always happened. You have a lot of stuff like that always popping up in certain places and asking you to sign in and do stuff like that. Don't do it. You understand? Some people have this way, they'll say, the phone tell me to do that. So, yeah, the phone tell you to do that. Not to do it. The phone didn't tell you to do that. It's somebody somewhere in China that sent that on your phone and tell you to do that so he could take your information. Not the phone telling you to do that. Our phone will tell you to do that. Don't do it. So you have to be aware of those things, right? Mobile viruses mostly spread via free third-party app stores. Yeah, okay, well, if you do, most of the time, if you go and you like to download things free, most of us just do that. But trust me, most of us who do those things, we have a fair knowledge about what we're doing and we know what to expect. But then you see, at the end of the day, when some of us do that, even if we get a little virus or we get some kind of hardware or something that just wouldn't go away, we know exactly how to do our phone and fix it. Now, not most of you might know how to do it. So if you go about doing that, you might find yourself have to go and pay somebody a little 40, $50 to get your phone resetted and everything else what they do, you know what I mean? So you have to be aware of those things. If you doesn't know, just don't do. If you want to download apps, it is safer. It is safer, right? To go into the Google Play Store and buy your apps or download your apps. But just go in and download it from other third-party apps too, who call themselves whatever. Don't do it. Please, just don't do it. Right? If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. Right? And when you see you're going to your phone and your phone just popping up and tell you to do this and your phone infected, alright, just ignore this thing for me, please. Okay, so as it is said, it is mostly third-party app store and things, so we think, right? A list of infective Android apps, malware list. Well, you have Google provision virus operates as malicious script, which downloads and installs a known application into the Android system. Unfortunately, the infection does not target Android users, but has its variation occupying PC and tablet. Well, to tell you the truth, I've seen that happen on numerous occasions. And the worst part of it is that sometimes you uninstall the thing, and this thing let go a file somewhere way out you don't know, right? And then you have to go searching because it start popping up again and a whole lot of foolishness. When these things start happening, you get frustrated. Most of the time I just reset my PC. Bam! That is a way to just do a clean install and stuff like that. I watch it carefully, see where sometimes it changes your files, how your files look, you know, your folders, how it look. You get this kind of infection, things change. That is for your PC and thing, you know. For your phone, that's a different story. You might just realize it's very, very difficult for you to open a file. Even the screen, touching the screen, you might touch the screen, make a pull up or pull down, and that thing taking forever. All this foolishness. So you have to be very, very aware of those things, right? Right, so that is ways you could find out, right? So then it lists the infected, you know, they tell you, well, infection does not target Android, but that's variation occupying PC and tablet. Since the introduction of device administration tool on Android 2.2, this Android malware has more chances to rampage on the system. You will not likely to detect it on your own. Good. What you'll have to be opening your eye on of your phone, right? So we have a lot of virus here, things like that. You have the non-compatible virus. Is a dangerous Android virus that acts as a proxy. As soon as it gets into the target system, it connects to its server and waits for specific commands. There have been many speculations that this malware is capable of connecting affected devices into a botnet and then turning them into spam machines. Yes, like when it come onto your device, it just stay there waiting for the instruction to thief your information, throw down a whole lot of ads and stuff and a whole set of foolishness. So when that happens to your device, it will be very difficult to actually use your device. Very, very difficult. Then you have, you know, the Cloud virus is a Trojan horse, also known as Android Cloud. It has been actively spread as updates for WhatsApp and Android browser that present themselves as update.com, WhatsApp update, and a set of foolishness. You have to be careful with this thing. It can also try to infect the system with other cyber threats. Almost each of reputable Android programs can help you to remove Cloud virus from the system. Please do not postpone its removal because this virus can lead you to serious problems. Yeah, tell me a virus that won't. And then you have the ransomware where you don't know what's going on with ransomware out there. right? A malicious mobile phone that uses a click-jacking technique to get admin rights. However, it can infiltrate the device through malicious apps, such as Pono, Mania. To avoid infected apps, you should use only official store, such as Google Play and the App Store. Well, for iOS devices, it's the App Store, and then for Android devices, use the Google Play Store. Once the Android ransomware infects the system, it encrypts victims' files and locks it down. It also threatens the user and claims to share victim data and browsing history with the people on the contact list. This virus must be removed immediately. So this ransomware now, when it encrypts your device now, when it encrypt your devices and put in all this kind of stress, they'll ask you for money to unlock it, to get back your data. Now some data you could just, maybe not much, you just wipe the phone. But then what about if you have real serious important data there? Then you are in problems, serious problems. So you have to be careful straight up, right? And always, you see something you should always do. All your data on your phone, always back them up as often as possible. Back them up in the cloud and stuff like that, because you see when this thing and them hit, sometimes going through all the stress to get this thing out, you just want to just reset your phone, you know. So you gotta do what you gotta do to keep the thing going and real, you know. So then you have the Lassa Cloud, you have Android Police. Well, yeah, a newly designed version of FBI virus which is capable of infecting Android OS. Today, it is the most dangerous example of Android virus because it can block the entire system and encrypt each files that are installed on it. Also, it can cause warning messages and redirects to malicious website. Whoa! So all this thing, you know, if this thing on your thing, get it out in a hurry. Android ransomware. But basically, that's what it does. It do hold you at ransom when you take all your pictures or you encrypt your files and stuff like that, you know. But let us go along with it. It's a much malicious phone threat that uses a click-jacking technique to get to the rights of the victimized device. Well, we deal with that anyway. And then you have SDPeng virus. Is the Android ransomware again. However, it seems that it is still active. In 2016, Android users were struck by a huge wave of this virus causing serious problems on their phones and tablets, and does this malware call, you know. So we gotta know what's up with this thing, you know. Then you have Mazda virus. It's not a traditional version of Android virus. This threat spread via text message that are filled with infected links. So you gotta watch your text and think what coming. And if you don't know who your text come from, it's better you just delete it and don't even think about it, right? Then you have smart cards hacking Android malware was introduced by virus researchers at the end of November 2016. According to the company, which is known as Promom, it is used by them to hack into official Android application of Telstra that allows finding the car, opening its doors and starting the engine. So that is very dangerous, you know. To perform this command, Android malware modifies the source code of the official Telstra app at first. Then it shows victims' username and password with the attackers and helps them steal the car. However, the virus, which was tested by Promon researchers, does not rely on any security vulnerabilities of the Telstra app. According to the company, it had to be installed manually with the help of social engineering and similar techniques. However, the virus, which was tested by Promon researchers, does not rely on any security vulnerabilities of the Telstra app. According to the company, it has to be installed manually with the help of social engineering and similar things. Now let me tell you this. Whatever, they could steal car. Set up your car and then your car just drive down the road and be gone. Nobody. The problem with that is, what about if they hack your car and you're driving on the highway going about 80 and they decide they don't like you and they decide to run the car about 150 and run you against a bridge? How it go look? It's dangerous. Hence the reason you gotta be careful. Then you have the Gooligan malware has corrupted over 86 applications such as YouTube downloader and stuff like that. humming whale virus, I think you get a good idea as to what virus can do, because they could even send it to your car, and as I said, they could steal your car, but also they can kill you in your car also. So that is how dangerous this thing is. And those most of them viruses, they could attack both Android or iOS at any point. Those guys and them is good, are good what they're doing, right? Well, they just claim that iOS maybe don't have virus. That ain't true. You know, that is old news. That the general Android virus removal guide. If your device is infected with Android virus, you can run into these problems. Well, yes, you know the loss of data, the loss of money, the loss of everything. Right? Find the power button. If you think that your device is infected, we highly recommend you to scan it to the reimage or other reliable Android virus cleaner. Right? Find the power button and press it a couple of times until you see a menu. Tap power off. Once you see a dialog window that offers you to reboot your Android to safe mode, select this option and click OK. If this fails to work for you, just turn off your device, then turn it on. Once it becomes active, try pressing and holding menu or button down, volume up or volume down or volume up together to see safe mode. If that doesn't work, then search the phrase how to put into safe mode and add your phone model. Then follow the instructions, right? So then you have to go in safe mode to do all that stuff. When you go to safe mode, you reboot your device and you go to safe mode here, look malicious apps and uninstall all of them. When you're safe mode, go to settings, once there, click apps, application manager, this may default depending on your device, right? Factory reset your device. You can factory reset your device. As I said in the beginning, you can just reset your device and boom, you get rid of your malware, you get rid of everything. Your phone come back new, and you have to reinstall your apps and stuff. But like something I always do, I always back up my phone. Anytime I do something new on my phone, right, I always back it up somewhere. You know, always do that. So I won't have all this amount of problem. Use the cloud, back up your photos in the cloud and do stuff like that. Back up your files on OneDrive. Always do those things. So if one day your phone gives you some serious problem, you could just master reset it, and then you replace your files that you backed up in the cloud, and you back up even on your PC and stuff like that. You know, so you have to be responsible when you're dealing with your phone, right? So if nothing here to remove Android, factory settings for that. Click the settings icon on your device. You can find it among other apps. Select privacy or personal and factory reset. You can also find it as factory data reset, backup and reset, etc. We recommend selecting backup my data to protect it from the loss. Click reset device to remove Android virus and other storage from your device. So it will totally clean your device. That is what would happen, right? It will totally clean it, and then you'll have to start putting back your device after again. Now, so what I will do now, I think you definitely will have to go over this thing, and you'll have to go over this thing all over again. You must do that, right? And when you do that, you will take your time and you will read it and stuff like that. So from here, what I will do, I will go over to my phone and I will show you what I do on my phone. Yes, so here we are at my phone, and this is my phone, which is an S8 Plus, right? And let me show you what is going on here. Security wise, we're talking about. So what I usually do, especially when you spend all this money on it, you see, the thing about it is that there is this virus that is going around, right? And you gotta be very careful. There is this virus that is going around that can't remember its name, but that is an Android virus. And when it hits your phone, if you're not careful, what happens is it usually run your apps and run stuff like overclocking mode, and really overheats. You understand? That causes your processor and whatever to overheat in such a way that it could even spoil your device or shut it down. So you have to be careful. And it's not like this thing is not actually isolated to just Android phone or some phone. This thing isolated to everything. Anything that runs an operating system, like Windows or anything, we all at risk, with these people. It always happens. So it's not confined to one operating system or whatever it is, right? So what I usually do, one thing, I bought this thing here, right? And I always use Kaspersky, right? Always use Kaspersky, use it on my computer and stuff like that. That's what I do. So when I have my phone and I want to set something up nice, I always buy Kaspersky. This one I pay about $5 for that, a little less than $5 in the store. So that will give me some level of protection, and that is the whole idea, right? So here we have you have the update, you have anti-theft, you have call and text filter and stuff. You see, as you can see, I set it up in such a way, that everything is just proper, right? So if you decide to buy this, right? If you decide to buy it, then when you buy it, you have to update it. For one, you must update it. It will show an update, so the update will look like this, right? And then it will update, right? And when it's done, it scans, right? So you could do a full scan, you could do a quick scan, you could do okay, let me just run a quick scan for you. So you could run a quick scan on it, but then I always believe in doing a full scan. So it scans everything, and then you have it moving, right? You're protected and nice, right? So when it done scan, everything gone back to green, right? Then you have real-time protection here. So it tells you what is this thing. Everything looking nice. Real-time protection mode recommended. That is on and moving nice, right? You could update, you quarantine, real-time protection, scan, whatever you do. Just like the menu you see in front is the same menu you see in the back, right? You come here, you have anti-theft. So you have an anti-theft scene going on. You could set up your anti-theft just in case somebody steal your thing. Go through it, but please try to stay away from crack antivirus and things, because sometimes the very antivirus that crack that you put on your computer is already have the virus in it and doing you some serious damage, and you think everything nice and dandy. So be careful with that, okay? So you have internet protection, so in case you want to solve the net. Now this thing is working with Chrome and it's working, I think, with Opera, right? Thing about it is that it doesn't actually work with Firefox properly, right? So it don't give Firefox this kind of protection it might give Chrome or even Opera. So to make Chrome is my default browser, So if you go to settings and everything like that, then you see what happens. You have Samsung Internet, you have Chrome. That is the two browsers it have. It doesn't. I have Firefox on my computer. I have Opera on my computer. But you see the two browsers I chose. So if you want to protect yourself on the internet or something like that, well, yes, you better use one of those browsers. I think it is much better, right? Now, I definitely have a browser that I will use that browser incognito. In other words, I could use it in such a way that I could use it not in such a way. I could use it and then nobody would see definitely on the thing. And that is Firefox Focus. So the mission for this browser, it take private browsing to the next level. It block ads and other content that can track you across sites and bog down page load times. This browser is a boss. I use it a lot. It is a go. I like it. You search your way, is a boss. So right now I'm doing a whole browser review for you, and plus I'm talking about antivirus. But the security for your phone we're talking about, so that is included. So we're rolling like that. And shortcuts to your home screen, return to your favorite sites in Firefox Focus quickly, just select add to go. And the nice thing about this browser is that when you finish browse, you don't keep history. You understand? Set Firefox Focus as your default browser and get the benefits of private browsing when you open web pages from other apps. So in other words, when you open web pages, what happens? For example, if an app sends you to go on a page and you go. That is important for the for the um, for the default browser, you know. So once that happen and thing and they send you on some page, you go in there and you go in there, nobody can see you. Totally private, you don't get no ad and you're rolling nice. Because some apps will definitely send you in pages where you will get ads and stuff like that, and those ads might be annoying, right? But if you have your default browsers, Firefox Firefox thing focus, then what would happen is you will be protected from that. So he's our boss. So you click OK and we're gone, and Firefox photo ready to think. So if you type hello here, right here, you know, you go, you just hello and you right there and tag it with them, you know, no problem. So you just sneak in there, you sneak out, nobody even know. You understand? I mean, watch and see what's going on here. So hello can't play them people's song because you know what's going on with that. I don't want to spoil my video when they give me some funny shit. So so that is the whole thing about it. So you have that protection you should use, and then you actually have this Kaspersky security. Watch it good, you know. Watch it, get the trial version, then just upgrade to the premium and you're good to go, you know. So hey people, I'll see you in another video. You have a wonderful day and thing. I hope you enjoy this little short video. Just be cool, and that is how we keep our Android phone protected. Peace.